Right now, you're probably making the same mistake 90% of people in their 20s make. You think you're too young to worry about money. But here's the truth. Every dollar you waste today is costing you $10 in your future. And most people don't realize it until it's way too late. Let me guess. You're watching your friends flex on Instagram with cars they're drowning in debt for. You're seeing people take out massive loans for degrees that won't even pay them back. And meanwhile, you're wondering if you're falling behind, or if maybe you should just stop caring and join the spending party. Here's what nobody tells you. The choices you make with money right now will either set you free by 35 or trap you in a cycle of stress, debt, and regret for the next 2 decades. I'm Zen, and I've spent years breaking down why some people escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap while others never do. Today, I'm breaking down 7 specific purchases that can literally flip your financial future upside down in a good way. But before we go any further, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your advisor. This is just what I've learned from real people, real wins, and some brutal losses along the way. Let's dive in. Purchase Hazon. Fund a real income stream. Forget the idea that side hustles are free. They're not. If you want to build something that actually generates money, you need to invest upfront. Maybe it's camera gear. Maybe it's a domain name and some web hosting. Maybe it's just buying the right courses or books to learn a high-value skill. The point is, you have to put skin in the game. The reason this matters so much in your 20s is simple. You've got nothing to lose. No mortgage, probably no kids. If you try something and it flops, you bounce back fast. But if it works, you might never stress about money again. Here's the move. Don't chase trends. Build on what you're already good at. If you know cars, start there. If you understand social media or design, monetize that. The best side hustles are the ones that feel natural, not forced. Purchase #2. Start investing in index funds. If I could tattoo one financial lesson on every 2-year-old's forehead, it would be this. Time is your superpower. Let's do some quick math. If you invest $200 a month, starting at 22, and it grows at around 10% a year, you'll hit over $1 million by retirement. That's less than the cost of a daily coffee habit. But if you wait until you're 32 to start, you lose $300,000. A decade of delay costs you more than most people make in 5 years of working. Index funds are boring. They won't make you feel like a genius, but they consistently beat almost every other investment strategy, and they do it with way less risk. Pair that with a Roth IRA, and your gains grow tax-free forever. Set it, automate it, forget about it. Let compound interest do the heavy lifting while you focus on everything else. Purchase #3. Buy the plane ticket. This one's controversial, but hear me out. I'm not talking about blowing your savings on some luxury resort so you can post aesthetic photos. I'm talking about strategic travel, the kind that stretches you, connects you with new people, and changes how you see the world. When you figure out how to survive in a foreign country where you don't speak the language, you build a kind of confidence that sticks with you forever. You meet people who open doors you didn't even know existed. And here's the hack. Use credit card rewards. Get a good travel card, pay it off every single month, and stack those points. You'll travel for cheap and build your credit score at the same time. Travel isn't a luxury. It's an investment in perspective, and perspective is what separates people who think small from people who build empires. Purchase #4. Buy real knowledge. A $20 book can completely rewire how you think about money. A $200 course can teach you a skill that makes you $10,000 more per year. Your brain is at peak learning mode in your 20s. You absorb faster, you adapt quicker. Don't waste that. But here's the catch. Avoid the scammers. If someone's posing next to a rented Lambo, trying to sell you a $997 system, run. Instead, learn from people who've actually done what you want to do. Real results, real businesses, real skills. Whether it's coding, sales, marketing, or a trade, every skill you pick up now compounds for the rest of your life. This is one purchase that literally never stops paying you back. Purchase #5. Get into real estate. I know, you're thinking, Zen, I can barely afford rent. How am I supposed to buy property? Here's the thing, you don't need to be rich to start. You just need to be creative. Real estate builds wealth 3 ways: appreciation, rental income, and leverage. You control a valuable asset with a small down payment, and other people help pay it off. Ever heard of house hacking? Buy a duplex, live in one side, rent out the other. Your tenant covers most of your mortgage. Or buy a house and rent out the extra rooms. It's not glamorous, but it works. This isn't passive. It takes effort, but the wealth building potential, absolutely massive. So, purchase #6. Buy cheap, reliable transportation. Let's talk about the biggest money trap of your 20s, the car payment. Most people finance a $30,000 car they don't need to impress people they don't like. That $500 a month payment, over 30 years, if you invested it instead, it would turn into over $600,000. Let that sink in. Buy a 3, 2, 5-year-old Honda or Toyota. Pay cash if you can. These cars run forever. They're cheap to insure, and they won't drain your future. The freedom of not having a car payment is insane. You can quit a toxic job. You can start a business. You can take risks. Financial freedom starts with eliminating dumb monthly bills, and car payments are usually the dumbest one. Purchase #7. Invest in your health before it's too late. This one's sneaky because the cost of ignoring it doesn't show up right away. But here's the reality. Your health determines everything. How hard you can work, how long you can grind, whether you'll actually be around to enjoy the wealth you build. I'm not saying you need an expensive gym membership. I'm saying stop living off energy drinks and takeout. Get real sleep. Move your body. Build habits now that will support you for the next 50 years. Because if you're exhausted, stressed, and burnt out, it doesn't matter how smart your investment plan is. You won't have the energy to execute. Think of health as a performance booster for everything else. Better sleep equals better decisions. Better food equals more energy. Exercise equals mental clarity. These aren't optional. They're the foundation, the big picture. Here's what connects all 7 of these purchases. They're about playing the long game. While everyone around you is optimizing for, right now, the car, the clothes, the clout, you're building something real. And here's the kicker. Good decisions compound just like bad ones. Every smart move you make now creates momentum that carries you forward for decades. But most people try to do everything at once. They burn out, they quit, they go back to spending mindlessly. Don't do that. Pick one of these. Start there. Build momentum. Then add the next one. The people who win aren't necessarily smarter. They just started earlier and stayed consistent. Your 20s are going to pass whether you make smart moves or not. The only question is, will you look back at 30 with regret or with a foundation that gives you actual freedom? These purchases aren't just about money. They're about becoming the kind of person who controls their life instead of reacting to it. Pick one. Start today. Because 10 years from now, you'll either thank yourself or wish you had. If this video hit different, smash that like button and subscribe my channel so you don't miss the next video. Drop a comment and tell me which purchase you're starting with. Let's build something real. See you in the next video.